What is up, y'all? It is John with the Zaibatsu. We are back today. This time, not in the time chamber. We have a deck profile for you. This one's for Warp Speed Cardboard. You requested this Bulla deck profile. I did work on it a little bit since the video y'all saw it in a few weeks ago. So it's not exactly the same as it was then. I do think it's a little better though, so even better. We're going to start off here with the one drops that we play more than one of in the deck, your early turn plays. So, of course, you're going to play all four of these of both type. You have to. I'm sorry. It sucks. Your deck is full of 8/1 drops. It is what it is, though. You have to see these. The whole deck revolves around playing these. So essentially, the leader, once you get Bulla flipped over, very easy to do. They're not going to be able to stop you from awakening because she can take a life, activate main once a turn. Then you get to top check 5 for a GT Vegeta, which there are quite a few in the deck. Your awaken is at 6 life, so you will awaken on turn 2 every game. Welcome to 2025. It's the easiest thing you ever did. Once you are awakened, you get this super cracked auto. So once a combat or once a battle, when you combo with a card from anywhere, it does not care where you combo from, just combo it. This is going to let you play one of these 1-drop Vegetas from the drop in rest mode. And these have the auto when they come into play to draw you a card. And this does not negate the skills on the 1-drops that it plays, like most decks tend to do when you get to free play something. So essentially, all of your combos are like little mini super combos. And you'll get to the point where if you have these in play and you can kind of stick them, you just leave them sitting there, you can draw like 3, 4, 5 cards in their turn, like actually plus them, because you can combo these off. They are 0. I don't know if you can see these very well, but they are 0 zeros. They're free to combo, but they aren't going to give you any more combo power when you're in a battle, but they will certainly draw you another card, so it kind of doesn't matter. The other activate main / battle that this leader has is also really cracked. This is going to let you send one of your hidden mode cards to the warp and then replay it. And when it replays, of course, it's in active mode, doesn't put it back in rest mode or anything. So on offense, you can swing with some of the cards I'll show you in a little bit, hide them using this 1-drop Vegeta, and then use this, warp it out, play it again, and then swing it all over again. So it essentially turns any of your Vegetas into dual attackers. Or one of the Vegetas in here is a blocker that gets barrier the turn you play it. You can use this for defense as well if you flicker that one to the warp and back on your opponent's turn. So we'll leave that sitting there. Get these out the way. All right, well, here, let me talk about these actually real quick. So this one, both of these have the auto on play, draw 1 card. This one, when it's placed from under a card into your drop as activate main, this one will switch one of your energy to revealed mode. This one is the one you're going to tend to want to play or make sure you have more than one of these. This one switches one of your Vegeta GT cards to hidden mode when you put this in the drop from under a card on your battle area. So if you have to prioritize one or the other, I would definitely suggest prioritizing the one that hides your Vegetas. That's what's going to let you keep your aggro up turn over turn, as well as protect your board, etc., etc. These are the other 2 1-drops we play in the main deck. Black Mass Sand, it's busted. Also a Self-Awakener, which can be important with this because if you're going second, you can be truly devious. If you play this first on your turn 1, use your leader's main, take a life, go to 7, top check, do your thing. Swing this, take a life, go to 6, swing 15 with this, awaken here, untap. Then you can swing with this, and you can combo something from your hand, play one of the 1-drops that this put in the drop from your awaken. Now you have one of these little Gumbies in play in rest mode, ideally it would be this one. And then you can evolve on top of this with one of the Vegetas we're going to talk about. It'll come in, untap itself. You can swing that, put this in the drop, hide the Vegeta that you just swung with, use this, flicker it back out, and then swing again with that Vegeta. And that's on your opponent's turn 1. So they probably can't do anything about it. Whenever you play against this deck, you just assume you'll be at 4 life pretty much immediately. It's pretty hard to stop. Even in Floodgate heavy decks, it's probably just going to push you down to 4. And that sequence there is like not uncommon. It's not difficult to do. And you can press harder if you want to. You don't really need to, though. Doing it that way, you get to keep your marker at least. So you can hold that up for defense if you think you'll need it. Honestly, you typically don't really need it too much, though, because you awaken at 6 life. So you don't really need to be too scared. So now we'll get into the meat of the deck here. These are your 2 play sets of 5-drop Vegetas. These are what you're going to be evolving into primarily. They both do pretty different things. We'll talk about this one first. This one has blocker natively, has auto on the turn you play it. It also gets barrier for the turn. So if you happen to have this one hidden on your opponent's turn and you use your leader skill to warp it out and play it again, it'll come in and then gain barrier. So it'll be a barrier blocker during your opponent's turn. Really good for defense. Both of these, to play them, they cost 1 and they'll draw you a card. They evolve on top of the 1-drops we just talked about a moment ago. This one also has an activate main. You can switch one of your white energy to hidden mode and then KO one of your opponent's battle cards. So this one's also removal on top of being a good defensive piece. And honestly, early on in the game, this is just as good for pressing their life down. I mean, it's a 20k. It's not going to be easy to defend against. They probably can't awaken to be at 15 and then get out easily. It's going to cost them a lot of cards to get out of this swing even. And if they don't take the damage, that's fine too. You love taking cards out of your opponent's hand. So that's what this one does primarily. This one's snapped. This one's crazy. This one comes in, he doesn't get protection, but we don't need that where we're going anyway. Plus 10k. All right, this is a 30k beater immediately. You play this guy, gets that. The other thing that's really good about this one, this is a card advantage engine because he has an auto when he attacks. You get to combo with a white card from your drop with its skills negated, I believe. And it also can't combo super combos that are white. That doesn't matter. This is already 30k. If it's a 5k, it's a 35k swing that combos once and then plays because your leader auto is going to trigger. Because remember, it doesn't care where the combo comes from. It's going to play one of these 1-drops in rest mode and then draw you a card every time this guy swings. Even if they negate the attack, this auto is still going to go off and get you another card. And in conjunction with your leader effect, when you hide this and play him again, he's going to be a 30k again. And it's going to refresh all these autos as well. So he'll come back in, get the plus 10k buff, swing again. Even if you combo one of these guys that are 0, still doesn't matter. This is 30k. That's the most goated number in the game. That's for free. They owe you so much money if you swing this at them. It doesn't matter if he's not getting any bigger because it just drew you another card. And this has the same EX Evolve to play it as this. So this draws you 1 when you play it. Still just costs 1. Swings, combos, draws you 1. Gets warped out and played by this again. Swings, combos, and draws you 1. This is a 1-cost, 30 dual, draw 3, essentially. So big, stinky, very good. So these are the guys you're going to be seeing and using throughout most of the game as your aggro pieces. Move on to a couple other sort of value card here. This one is a baby / Vegeta GT. I believe, let me make sure I'm not, yes, it is, okay. So this one's 4-cost barrier, 1 to play, just like everything else. Draws you a card when you play it, just like everything else. The good one with this, it has this auto. If it's your turn, when you combo with a card, you can tuck one of your white Vegeta GT cards under this from on your battle area. And that's going to KO one of your opponent's cards just for free. All that nonsense we were talking about a moment ago where you're swinging with your 30K combos for free, blah, blah, blah. This is also just going to kill something incidentally. And it has barrier, and you can play it on your opponent's has 2 or more energy. So it comes down pretty early. And if you just leave this untapped, it's probably just going to sit there for another turn. It's going to kill at least 2 things, more than likely. Something I do want to talk about real quick with this. When you combo once a turn, both of these autos are going to trigger. So this one says, when you combo, choose one of your white Vegeta GTs and tuck it under this. This one says, when you combo, play a white Vegeta GT, 1-drop, ones that we talked about in play and rest mode. So just make sure you resolve this one first to play your 1-drop in rest mode from your drop, and then resolve this auto and tuck it under this. And then the auto, the 1-drop you played has to draw a card is still going to go off. So you'll still get to draw your card, and you don't have to tuck any of your battle cards you have in play to try and like beat your opponents to death with. So just make sure you sequence it that way. Of course, there's exceptions to the rule. There always are, but you know, you'll learn those as you play the deck more. In general, try and do that way. This is a big beater. This dude is funny as hell. So this one, like the other Vegetas that aren't the 1-drops, evolves onto a white Vegeta GT. This one, though, is on a white Vegeta GT only card. So you can evolve onto the 4-drop baby that I just showed you, for example. Even though it's also a Vegeta GT, it has to be only Vegeta GT to evolve into this. This one, just like the other ones, still draws you a card when you play it. This one, though, has a few really good autos, as well as being a double striker. There's a 30K natively. It has double strike. Pay 1, draw a card, play this. Also important to note, this one, unlike the other 5-drop Vegetas, does not untap itself when you play it on top of another Vegeta. So you have to evolve on top of one that is in active mode if you want to be able to swing this twice. It does have an auto on play. You choose one of your other, I believe, let me see, make sure I know what this thing says. Oh yeah, it has to be a white battle card. So you can choose one of your other white battle cards, switch it to hidden mode when you play this. There's a few times where you would use this to hide like another Vegeta or something so you could swing with that again. A lot of the time, you would rather hide this and swing the 30 double twice, but sometimes you do it for that. Usually this is just to protect another card on your board. Like this will be one of the last battle cards you play or whatever. Hide one of your Vegetas you played earlier to make sure they can't mess with it so you can untap with that beater again. This one does have a very good auto because with all the stuff we're hiding, a lot of it, including your leader, makes you hide your energy to use the skill on it. This one, when he attacks, he switches all of your energy to revealed mode. It's another reason why I say you probably want to prioritize playing out this 1-drop over this one. Because this one switches your energy to revealed mode when you put it in the drop from under something as an activate main. But if you happen to have seen one of this, you can play this on your turn 3. So you don't really need to care about doing this one too much. Being able to hide your stuff's way more important because that's what's going to keep your stuff protected and let you swing additional times too. So just kind of reiterating that idea that you're going to want the Strong Dad 1-drop over the Solitude one. So yeah, that's what this guy does. Great beater for the deck. As with most of the other things in there. Moving on, we have a few 3-ofs. Got this cute little devil Bulla. This card, initially, I thought it was booty butt cheeks. That is not the case. This thing is cracked. It's so good. So you can play this, activate main or battle, which you love to see. We love doing stuff on our opponent's turn. This one, you play it out, right? This one does not draw you a card like everything else does. And also, as an additional cost for this one, you have to put one of your Vegeta GTs in the drop. That doesn't matter. You've been playing free 1-drops in rest mode the whole game. This isn't a real cost. Actually, this is a benefit. It kind of draws you a card because it puts one of those rest mode cards in the drop. So when you combo, you can play it again and draw another card. The good part about this card is right here, this second line. So if your leader is this leader, you can switch. If your Bulla is in a battle, you can go ahead and switch the card that's in a battle with a Vegeta GT card instead. So essentially, if you play this, let's say it's your turn, right? You're on offense. You know, you swung your big old battle cards. They negated it because they pretty much have to. It's a 30K. They don't want to combo out of that, right? Then you go, okay, yeah, lead swing, haha, it's a 10K into your 15K. They let it through because no one cares about this. You play this, activate battle timing, get rid of one of your little Vegetas, and then you change the attacking card from this Bulla to your 30K double strike Vegeta that's still in play. Now this is a 30 double swing coming at them, and they can't negate it anymore. We're already past that part. So they're going to owe you some money or 2 life. So you love to see it either way. Very good for that. You can also use this defensively. You play this on your opponent's turn. They're swinging at your leader. Let's say you're at 4 life. They got Unrivaled Spark and Gogeta coming at your forehead, 45 quad. And, you know, they dump on it or whatever because, you know, you didn't negate. So you play this out. After they do all their combos and stuff, because you're on your defense step on the combo part, right? They're in activate battle timing. You play this, they comboed out or whatever. It's 145. It's ridiculous. Play this, switch the target of the attack, because this is a Bulla, remember. You can change it to any of your Vegeta GTs that are in play instead. That's what that quad strike's coming at now. So this thing's crazy. It really is. I only have it at 3 right now. You probably could play it at 4 just to make sure you see it. The deck does draw a lot of cards though, and both of these are limit ones, so you can't ever have more than one of these in play. So I'll have it down at 3 because I don't want to see cards that I can't really use repeatedly in my hand. It's less of a deal, like big deal with this deck because you can just draw kind of out of that problem. But just in general, that's something I don't tend to like to do. We got 3 of this. This thing's also crazy. It's just a white staple though. This one, pay a white if you have 3 or more energy, just like your 30K double strike Vegeta. This one has an activate main to choose one of your, any white card actually in your battle area, or energy, switch it to hidden mode. You give your leader plus 20K. So we got another 30K swing right here from your lead on top of a 20. And then this also KOs one of your opponent's battle cards when you do that. So it protects something that's swung already, gives your leader a 20K buff, and then kills something for 1. So this is like the craziest 1 cost 20 duel you've seen in your lifetime. Because stapling the plus 20 on your leader is huge, because this is what you're probably going to be able to swing through floodgates. Once you're floodgated, a lot of the time, it's going to say, oh, you can't do battle card swings, or the floodgate just will not affect your leader in general. It'll let your lead swing through. So this is a 30K swing they have to deal with. They're going to owe you a negate or a lot of cards out of their hand at that point. So super worth, very good card. This is another one. I have it at 3 right now. Same logic. It's a limit one. I can't do this more than once. I don't have any other synergies with this being a Goku in the deck right now. So I just don't really feel like I need a 4th one. We have a lot of ways to kill our opponent's cards in this deck anyway, so I'm not desperate for the removal. So we just have that at 3 right now. Moving on to our defense. Here. Got a lot of cards for defense. Because, well, we need it because our floodgates are terrible. We're in white. That's white's problem right now. No good floodgates, really. We have this Battle of Gods of Destruction negate here. This one's absolutely cracked. It's so good. This one you can negate for free if you switch a hidden mode card in your battle area to rest mode instead of paying for it. So it's essentially going to be a free negate because there are a lot of times where you're going to set your turn up so that you've ended your turn with one of your Vegetas untapped in hidden mode. Especially the blocker, for example. Instead of keep trying to push that aggression, you can end your turn with that untapped in hidden mode. And then you have a free negate for your opponent's turn with this. On top of the free negate, you're going to be able to rest that Vegeta, free negate. And then if you want, you can use the other part of this ability and switch one of your energy to hidden mode and draw a card. I tend to do this. A negate that cantrips is crazy. So when you can leverage that, you should. On top of that, in that specific sequencing, when you do that and you have this Vegeta out, right? This Vegeta was hidden. You rest it to use this for free, hide one of your energy, draw a card. The next swing they swing, you're at 6 life, remember? So let's say they could swing whatever they want, really. Let's say it's like a 30k. Swing 30k into your leader. Okay, that's fine. Activate battle. Go ahead and switch one of your energy to hidden mode. Replay this. Now you have a barrier blocker, just in case. If they have the double strike, they're trying to take you from 5 to 3. You can block it with this. If it doesn't look all that bad, you can probably just combo out of it. It's really not difficult to do in this deck. At least during the early turns, it's not hard to get out. Keep your life total at that 4 or more mark if you can. Really, sometimes we'll go to 4 just to be able to super combo though, which isn't bad. So that's those. Also got a couple of this free counterplay. This one, free counterplay, you can use this if your opponent has 3 or more energy. The cost for this one, you just have to put a hidden mode card in the drop. That's it. So similar idea to this, except you can be a little bit more aggressive instead because, you can swing it. It doesn't need to be in active mode for this. Actually, this works incredibly good in conjunction with these. You rest your hidden mode card, negate, hydro energy, draw a card, and then sacrifice the thing you just rested in hidden mode and play a free barrier blocker on their turn. So that's another thing to kind of keep in mind, sequencing these 2 cards together, depending on what turn you're on, what's in your hand, etc., or sequencing it so that you can use this in your blocker from this. Because you have to be very mindful of your defense in this deck. We have access to it, but it's just not as good as some of what your opponent can do, right? In a lot of other colors, they're going to have better defense than you. Our offense is already very, very, very good in here, so you just really need to focus on living. You can beat them to death. The deck is very good at that, but you have to be able to live, right? So got a couple of those. That's another one. You could potentially add more of those. I have less of it because it's opponent 3 or more only. And I don't want cards stuck in my hand I can't use. I want to be able to, if I have a card in my hand, I want to be able to use it. So I tend to try and limit the ones that are, only 3 or more energy, blah, blah, blah. This is the Sparking Negate from this set. We just got one for white. So this is, if you have 5 or more cards in your drop, you can activate this for free by taking a life. When you do, you negate the attack. It also has an additional thing you can do here. You can discard a card from your hand and then switch one of your, I believe it's any battle cards, the white one. Yes, white battle cards. White cards actually in general. So for whatever weird reason, if you wanted to hide like your Z Extra, you could hide it. You can also hide your Unison. If you have a white Unison, you can hide it with this, I guess. This is actually pretty damn good because the pitch doesn't matter. Because often, because we run 8 of these, because we have to see them, you can just discard one of these. Then it's not really a real cost. You pitch this, but you're going to combo and get the card back. So that's a real fake cost. So this is very good. It's less good than the Battle of Gods one, just because the Battle of Gods one has better sequences it can be part of, but it's still very good. I have these as one of those right now. This one I think is probably worth just keeping. One cost, 25k double striker, just to kind of be able to try and reach to kind of kill them. This is also some protection as well, because when you play this, it's one of the concept rares from last set that we were just in. This one's also locked to 3 or more energy. Again, same idea. I don't want to have this shit stuck in my hand. And I don't really need it early anyway. So have this. Doesn't negate the attack in the counterattack window, but it does switch the attack to this instead. And if you want to keep it alive, you have combo power. You can keep it alive. The other thing this does, at the end of the battle, you choose one of your white battle cards and you switch it to hidden mode. So it's also protection from something. If you weren't able to hide everything you wanted to with your little 1-drops or your other effects, this could hide another important battle card. It could hide your secret rare, for example. So that's important to keep in mind with this one. Revenge Death Ball. This, I'm not too sure about him. This is like a weird pseudo floodgate. It's a 1-cost negate. You can't use this one for free. You do have to pay for it. When you negate with this, it negates the swing, and then you choose a number of your opponent's battle cards equal to all of your hidden mode cards, and then hide them for the turn. So in certain situations where you haven't been able to clear as much of their board as they like, if they're able to go really wide, I guess into something like TN, that kind of style of deck, Aransu, that kind of thing, you probably would end up using this and it actually feel pretty good. Because you can negate, and then if you have 3 hidden mode cards, which is not unusual, you often have more, that's a negate plus blank 3 more attacks, because they can't do anything with them. They're hidden through their turn. So that's what this is in here for, just a little bit more general defense. Finally, we have our Floodgate. It's Protector of the People. You know it, I know it, we all know it. It's all you can use in white right now if you aren't splashing another color. So that's what we're on. Protector negates the swing, and then you have to discard a card from your hand. Again, not a real cost in this deck. And then for every time they swing at your leader with a battle card, it's going to give your leader plus 5k or a bean until the end of the turn. So just to slow them down, once you start getting those 5ks, it just becomes easier and easier to combo out. Because remember, your combos are pseudo super combos, and your super combos are super combos because you draw 2 when you super combo. So this actually ends up being pretty good into most decks. Moving on there a little bit out of the pure defensive stuff onto some 1-drops or super combo and a couple other little tech choices we have. We've got 4 of this super combo. I think this might be like the only super combo you can play in this deck. So we don't have any choices here yet. I really wish this had Heroine, so that we could play Skill Steel Chili. That would be so fire, but it's not. So this is all we got right now. I don't got much to say about this. 4 life, draw a card, 0-10k all the time, which is nice. Also, I guess notably, this one's a 15k. That's kind of big. So going into Dance is good for that, but Dance is not a real floodgate against this deck anyway. Any floodgate that essentially kind of costs you a card to keep swinging through doesn't really stop this. If you want to, you can push through it. 3 Omen, evil activity. So in general, if your leader does not need to attack to awaken, you probably should just be playing this. It's so busted. They probably should lock this with just green, like leaders at least, because for until the end of time, if my leader does not have to swing to awaken, I'm playing at least 2 of this. I'm playing 3 in here because this is another pseudo super combo in this deck on defense. If you're on defense and you combo this to kill their super combo, you still get to draw a card. So you ate their super combo and drew a card for fun, I guess. And then, of course, early game, you're probably already familiar with the synergies, just stopping your opponent's Z, energy, etc. The card's busted. If you can play it and your leader doesn't swing, you probably should be playing a few of them. Move on here. I have a couple 1-ofs. I have 1 of this Bulma Mother. You could probably play a couple extra of this if you wanted to. It's just another 1-drop, draw a card. This one is a 0-5k. It actually has combo power, which is nice. This one, though, has a really good, this activate battle here. It's limit 1. That's kind of the reason I only have 1. I didn't want to load the deck up with even more 1-drops. I already have a lot. So this, limit 1, you discard a card. Probably one of your 1-drops again, and then you can combo with this from the drop. So it turns your 0 draw 1 Vegetas into essentially 0-5k that draws a card when you pitch a card for this from the drop. Super good. It's just free. It's just free combo power. Um, we have one Overwhelm right now, fully unleashed Bardock. Just a generic Overwhelm, just to kind of catch some decks. Good into like Rainbow Gogeta. If you can catch Aransu out, it's pretty good with this too. You can eat all their 6-drops. A couple other decks in the format, Gamma, pretty good into them. A lot of their beaters are 5 or greater, so this will eat them. Yeah, just generic good, 25k Overwhelm there. It's only Overwhelm 5, so it's pretty easy to kind of play around getting your 1-drop Vegetas out of the drop and then playing this. Multiple Overwhelms is a little hard. I tried 4 combo attack. Initially with this build, it just was a little bit too clunky to do. I'm trying out 1 Zarbon. This guy's pretty funny. So when you combo with him during your opponent's turn, you can switch one of your battle cards to active mode. We do play a couple blockers in the deck, so this is essentially 0-5k draw a card, untap a blocker on your opponent's turn, just a little bit more of that defense. Again, the deck's already super, super aggressive. We really need good defense pieces, things to kind of shore that up. Finally, we got the secret for the deck. It ain't baby, all right? We got Bardock, baby. Origin of the Legend. We are so back. So this, I think, shores up a lot of the weaknesses of the deck. So this is a Deflect, Double Strike, Dual Attacker, 40k. You pay 3 for it. Anytime you can pay 3, you can play this as long as your leader's a Saiyan. This does floodgate your opponent when you play it. Huge. They only get 1 battle card attack during the next turn. You can go full gas the turn you play this. You already did turn 1. You're going to do it turn 2. This will let you do it on turn 3 if you see it. And importantly, it also taps them out. So if they're playing, depending on what they've done, if they're playing black, they're playing red, they're playing yellow, or white actually too. It kind of helps against that. Not as much, but those 3 colors are screwed. If you play this and you tap them out, they're in so much trouble because now they have to deal with your whole board of aggression on top of 40 double duel and being tapped out. The other thing this does, it lets you, when you remove this from the game, you choose 2 of your opponent's battle cards that are in rest mode, and ignoring barrier, you can kill them. Huge. This deck has no barrier removal. If they stick a really good barrier threat, you are going to have a hard time with it. We have some stuff to deal with that in our sideboard, which we're about to get into, but this SCR does a lot, I think, for this deck, and it's pretty cheap too, so good one to pick up. We're going to go on, I guess we should do the Z deck first before I do the sideboard. Z deck is kind of lackluster. I will not lie to you. White's Z card options are not that great. We've got 2 of this Topo, Unison, 1 cost, 2Z. Can't swing unless it has 4 or more markers on it. Sucks. It sucks. I guess they had to do it though because it's big. It's a 20k and it has dual attack natively. So I haven't run into the situation where I actually get to swing with this thing. What it is good for though, if you don't have anything else good to do on your turn, you can play it and then plus it to give something 5k for the turn just to kind of beef up an attack. And then this auto on the -2, which will be available to you when your opponent attacks, you can negate that swing. And remember, because this has a cost, you can choose to do this auto whenever you want to, or you can choose not to do it. It'll trigger every time, but you can choose whether you're going to pay for it or not. So this is essentially you paying 1 to front load and negate. Or if they swing into this, even better. That's great. Please waste a couple swings into this Unison. It's doing the same thing I paid for it for. So that's what he's in there for. This card, though, this thing is snapped. This is so good. Son Goku, Pulsing New Power, 2 cost, 1Z, 20k, dual attack, deflect for some reason. So this one has an auto. Doesn't care what turn it is, nothing. And it's going to do this twice. When this attacks, you choose one of your opponent's battle cards and switch it to hidden mode until the end of their turn. So if they think they're going to be cute, lock you under like Black Mass Saiyan or something, you play this onto, hide BMS with this on swing, and you can just keep doing the same thing you were doing. By the time you're able to untap again, you're going to be able to easily clear the BMS. It's not going to be hard to do. So if you're worried about BMS playing this, you think you're going to get throttled by it, you won't. Keep a couple of these in your Z deck, you should be fine. We have one cross-dimensional in here. It's funny. We do play a few black cards. It's just a good removal. Pretty big double strike threat from the Z deck for 1 energy. Your leader does not have to be black to play this. You just need to be able to pay this pip. So our Z deck sucks. So we're going to put one of Black's good Z deck cards in there. We got a Jiren. I have not used this guy yet. I will not lie to you. He's in there just in case the situation shows up and I'm like, Jiren would be good right now. I haven't seen it yet, but maybe we will at some point. But for now, just to fill out the Z deck, he's in there. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not even gonna talk about him. I'm gonna let you read this if you decide to put this in your Z deck. I don't think that is that good right now, but we have to fill it out with something and we just don't have other great options. Something you could maybe do, look into other Z card options from Black because they might have something else you could put in here instead of this Jiren. It's just a little expensive right now. Surmounting. This guy's the GOAT. Very good. Our leader's going to let us awaken anyway, so we can kind of just do that. But if you don't happen to see Black Messan and you know you have to like beat your opponent to death really early, you can do that line I talked about earlier with BMS where you take a life, but you can play this instead to do that. So it's going to be smaller than BMS, of course, but it kind of won't really matter that early. This is just going to let you go through that line and swing your big Vegetas and stuff. Late game, it can kind of just fix your hand a little bit. Sometimes you just draw dead and you need to fix your hand. This will help you with that. Finally, we got 2 of these Transcendent Limit Break White Z card Kamehamehas. This one's kind of weird. The cost is front loaded. You have to pay 1 and 2 Z immediately, unlike the other Z extras that cost 1 and 1. However, this first mode doesn't cost you any Z energy. So it's activate battle. You remove this from the game, switch 1 of your energy to revealed mode, and then you choose one of your cards, give it 10k for the battle. Pretty normal stuff. The second mode, pay 1 and then 1 Z, and then remove this from the game as usual. And then you go ahead and draw a card, choose one of your cards in your battle area, switch that to revealed mode, and then you choose one of your cards, give it 15k. So in the weird scenario where you hid your secret rare or something, this is one of the few ways you're going to be able to reveal it. If that's, I haven't seen that line show up for me yet, but it could. It would be pretty funny. So this deck, unlike some of the other white decks, doesn't have a lot of stuff in archetype to reveal your cards. So this is going to be one of the few ways you can do it. So that's one of the reasons we have 2 in there. So that's the Z deck. Then we'll get into the sideboard here. I am missing 1 card. I don't know where I put it, but I will represent it with an empty sleeve when we get there. This is the deal with barrier stuff. Mad annoying. You like I said, we have literally 0 barrier removal in this thing. We can't do anything about it. This costs 2, play it, has 3 modes. Funnily, in this deck, the first mode, if you don't have anything better to do, it's actually like not bad. You can pay 2, mill yourself up to 3 cards if you want to. And then if there are 7 or more cards in all drops, which you probably already have, you draw 2 cards when you play this. So if you pay 2 and play this out, do that mode, you can mill 0 if you want to, draw 2 cards, swing, combo this off, play one of your 1-drops and draw 1. So it's pay 2, draw 3 essentially. I could see this being good if you got floodgated, you have nothing good to do for the rest of your turn. You could play this, just kind of fill your hand up again, pay 1, draw, or pay 2, draw 3 is not bad when you don't got anything better to do, especially when most of your swings and your negates are free already anyway. The mode you're going to use most of the time is this one to choose one of your opponent's battle cards. Energy cost 7 or less, ignoring barrier and warp it. That's the primary reason this is in here. And again, that same thing I kind of just talked about, you get to play this, do one of its effects, swing, and then combo this off and draw a card, which I don't think any other decks can do that with this card. Usually it's just a sideboard you pay 2 and get the effect, call it a day. In this deck, it draws you a card too, because you can combo it off. The last effect on this, you probably won't use as much. I guess into the green matchup, if you kind of just want to kill their unison so that they can't dormant you for free, you could do this last mode. You choose one of your opponent's unisons, specified cost 2 or less and 7 or less markers, and then warp it. So it can also kill unisons for 2. It's a pretty good sideboard card. Just good old generic use. We have a different Overwhelm. This one will warp up to, well, it's any number of battle cards that cost up to 6. So this will eat all their tokens, etc. If they're really small, then this can kind of come in and eat all their little stuff. Good against TN. Those kind of decks that go wide and have a big board, you can kind of eat them all with this. So you would side this out instead of the other Bardock, depending on the matchup, pretty much. We have 2 Coits. Good into blue, of course. Any deck that's going to play a battle card type floodgate against you, you can make them pay 2 more out of their hand. When you activate this, it lets you bottom up to 2 cards. You then draw however many cards you bottomed. And then you can, until the end of your turn, when your opponent plays a battle card that has 20,000 power or less, they're going to warp 2 from their hand. Just kind of tax them a little bit. We have even more barrier removal. 3 Cumber, Assailant Fury. This thing's a little hard to play in here. We don't have that much black in the main deck, but we do have a lot of it in our sideboard. So if we know we're going to need the barrier removal, we can really just load up on these cards, take out some of our extra cards from in here, and just load up on this barrier removal stuff and a couple extra black cards. Because this, unlike a lot of other decks that splash it, it doesn't get stuck in your hand. You just combo it off and draw a card. It's a real fake cost, again, just because of how this deck works. So you can combo one off, put it in the drop, then pay 1, play this out, get your barrier removal online. Also 25k double sometimes. They gave White actually a really good counterplay. This thing's fire. It's like almost Bujin tier. It comes in, if the card that they're playing costs, let me see here. I actually forgot. I haven't got to use this yet. I just know it's correct. I haven't played against blue playing this. Yeah, if the battle card they're playing costs 3 or less, it goes into the drop instead of being played when you play this. And then if your life's 4 or less and you have a hidden mode card, you reduce the cost of this in your hand by 2. So it costs 1. Counterplay it. On play, you choose one of your white battle cards, give it 5k. So it is actually very good on an offense turn. Because you could play this, counterplay something, get rid of their defending friend's floodgate or whatever, and then give this 5k. So you just paid 1 to get rid of their floodgate and play a 20k body, essentially. So, pretty good. We've got 2 of this Super 17. This is just a lot of removal. Pay 2, play it. On play, this is going to tuck one of their cards under it, and then on swing, it tucks another card under it. So, it kind of just removes 2 things for 2. If you just need extra removal, you can play this. And finally, we got Heavenly Wizard Demigra and my missing Heavenly Wizard Demigra. Again, just more barrier removal. The deck really, really, really is hurting for it. I could see even maining some of these barrier removal options. This one, when you combo with this and your opponent has 3 or less energy, you get to kill one of their battle cards, ignoring barrier that's 30k or bigger. So this card's already very good. It's even better in here because you get to draw a card when you do it. So yeah, that is pretty much the deck. If y'all have any questions or anything, go ahead and leave them in the comments and I'll get over to them eventually. But yep, it's been John with the Zaibatsu, and thanks for watching, y'all. See you later.